so in the last two videos we went through mastering the hip hinge technique and getting our intra-abdominal bracing down. Now we want to put all them together, which obviously makes a deadlift. Okay, so I'm just going to go through sort of an easiest to hardest progression of deadlift. So depending on if you haven't done them before, you'll probably want to start with some of the easier variations more so than go straight into the harder ones. Basically the shorter range of motion ones are the easier ones, and the ones from the floor, which is the greater range of motion, are the harder ones, basically because there's more mobility requirements to get it right. So in the studio we've got a trap bar, which is what this contraption is. Well, not many of you will have access to one. I bought mine from undergroundelite.com. $350 or something, well worth the investment if you're going to deadlift for a long time. So that's just what we've gone through. So we hip hinge down, okay, we grab the handles, okay, we'll get our core set, okay, pull ourselves down, and just stand up tall, squeeze the bum. The important on the way down is exactly the same as the way up. Okay, so your hips just go back and your knees stay vertical. Okay, trap bar deadlifts. If you don't have a trap bar, we've got a squat rack in if we don't have a power rack of the truest sense. So it's always good to start the pins up high. Okay, so you might want to start sort of from this sort of mid-thigh or knee level. Okay, so in your studio, before we had the trap bar where we can set the height, we had people start from the bench here, alright, which is just below knee level for most people. Okay, so it's exactly the same. Just means you don't need as much ability to hold neutral spine to get down lower. So most people, the lower they go, the more they round. So the higher the bar is up, the easier it is to set your lower back. And then just from here, keep the bar close, stand up, and again, push your bum back, keep the bar close to your knees. Okay, so don't let it come out in front, because you've got to lift it back from there again, lots of stress on the lumbar spine. Okay, so here's probably your next starting point. And then you can just work your heights down. So we move people down to here, which is a mid-shin height. Everything's exactly the same. Get your shins touching the bar. Push your hips back to come down to get the bar. And again, stand up. Stand up tall. Okay? Okay, you can work that down. Most power racks go to about 4 or 5 inches off the ground, which is about what the bar's going to provide for you anyway. So you can start as high as you want and work out as low as you like before going from the floor. Once you get to the floor, you've got two options. If you can keep a neutral spine, you can go into normal traditional deadlift. If you still think you're a little bit off, you can go to a sumo stance, which just means that you go wider with your feet and then grab the bar in between your legs more so than on the outside, which is just going to shorten the range of motion. Alright, so from here to there, you can see the angle of my shoulders is a lot lower on the second one. Okay. Set your stance to where you feel comfortable. Hands will be just shoulder width or a little bit in, wherever you feel comfortable. Again, keep the bar in. Alright, same as before, get your core set, get your lower back set. You stand up and squeeze the bum. Alright, and then you've got traditional deadlifts. Everything is exactly the same. Shins against the bar. Hips go back. Pull yourself down into the bar. When you start, don't start with a rounded back. Pull yourself down. Stand up. Again, push your hips back to go down. Push them forward to come up. So that's our deadlift progression.